What's up, you guys? I am so excited to be back because once you miss a few days in YouTube world, child, I feel like you'd missed like a year. So it's like, how you doing? How is you doing? So I just want to say hey to my new subscribers. Thank you for tuning into my channel. But yeah, so I kind of speeded up the video because I did like an encapsulated heart, and that's what I was trying to do here. And peep the new brush. Y'all see the panda brush. Y'all, I know y'all see it. Y'all see it. But yes, honey, I finally got me a new brush. If you know, you know. I was struggling with my little Amazon brush. Well, this brush from Amazon too, but it was like, my little, anyway, it got me through, okay? But this panda brush is definitely giving what it's supposed to give, okay? Period. But anyway, this is gonna be different. Like, this voiceover is gonna be a little different because I thought maybe we could do a little story time. You know what I'm saying? A little story time. So I feel like I have good stories. I mean, me personally, I feel like I have good stories. Because if you know me, or if you've watched my you listen to my voiceover and stuff, you know that I've been in education, childcare education, before I got into YouTube and nails and stuff like that. I mean, I did YouTube like 2015, somewhere around there. I did have a YouTube channel back then, but child wasn't consistent, so it just went downhill from there. But anyway, girl, let's get into this story time. So this story time is gonna be about I worked as a paraprofessional, and so I got accepted as a paraprofessional. I was working in a child care center. I was working with like 4 to 5-year-olds, and child, what I mean, this was my first time working with 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds. I always worked with like babies, toddlers, and I thought me working with 2-year-olds, because like I'm strict, but at the same time I love my kids, but at the same time I'm strict. We have to have a routine, we have to have structure, because if you don't, it's just gonna go crazy. If anybody that's in education that's a subscriber, comment down below. Let me know. I want to know all the educators that's in there, or whatever the case may be. Just comment down below. Let me know if you know exactly what I'm talking about. So yeah, so like working in that field, you kind of you get a chance to figure out what age group you want to work with. But I figured out that I really don't like working with 2-year-olds, because at the end of the day, 2-year-olds are like, they're grown, and sometimes you just want to kick them, because it's like, listen, you talking back and you ain't paying no bills around here. You ain't running nothing around here. So cut it. So anyway, I graduated. I moved on from 2-year-olds, and I got to work with 4-year-olds. So this was like during the time where COVID happened and stuff, and I was like, babe, let's move. I told my husband, I said, let's move to Florida, blah, 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 because he had family in there. He had family in Florida, so we moved to Florida just to kind of see, what was going on, because in Georgia, the job that I was working at in Georgia, they were kind of shutting it down because of COVID. So anyway, like I said, fast forward, moved to Florida, try to see same company, but in Florida. So I moved there just to see what it was like. So like I said, they put me with the 4-year-olds because, baby, the teacher I was working with, she was such a sweetheart. But at the same time, baby, they was sitting there beating her up. And I said, beating up who? We ain't going for that, because I fight kids. No offense. I fight kids. Like, you ain't going to sit here and beat me up and think you're going to get away with it. No. No, ma'am. No, sir. I don't think so. Because, like, but at the end of the day, you gotta be firm. Like, you gotta be firm. Like I said, again, I love my kids, but you have to be firm. So anyway, I went in there, they put me in there with her, and I just had to get smart right back with them, because them kids had some smart mouths, and I'd be like, listen, I ain't your mama. Okay? So fast forward, worked in that, and I was getting experience working with 4-year-olds. So one of my coworkers was like, hey, well, why don't you see if you can get into the public school system, fill out some applications. It's easy in Florida to get, a position. Like, all you do is got to submit your resume and stuff like that. I said, okay, cool. I submit my resume. Cool. So anyway, I submit my resume and stuff, and I get like calls back. Like, I get like a few calls, but I didn't realize that when you fill out certain applications to get into school, the only ones that they were accepting, I was getting callbacks, was to be a in special education. And mind you, I never worked in special education, never worked in the public school system, so I didn't know what that meant, like what my job, what my role would be working in special education. And I was nervous because I was like, oh my gosh, what if the kids don't like me? How do I know how to? Anyway, fast forward, get a call, and it's a really, really, really good school. So I end up, accepting the position. And I think this was a position, it was one of the teachers had to leave the classroom to do to fulfill an internship because she wanted to, I guess she was going to school to be a teacher and wanted to get experience being a kindergarten teacher. So they was taking her out, I think, for like 2 months. So they need somebody to fill the position. So I said, okay, I accept the position. He was like, I like your resume. You seem like a really good person, and I feel like if you have the passion, I feel like you'll do great. And me talking to you, I think you'll do great in that position. I said, okay, cool. I'm here for it. It's my first time in special education, but I'm here for it, and I'm gonna do my best. Anyway, get accepted, get all the paperwork done. Boom, I start. Of course, I get my job like 2-week notice and stuff like that. And I get into this job, and mind you, I did not know what I was getting myself into. Like, don't get me wrong, paraprofessionals out there, I have 100% respect for you because you go through so much. I feel like paraprofessionals do more than the teachers. Like, don't get me wrong, the teachers did what they're supposed to do, but paraprofessionals work so hard for such little pay. And in Florida, the pay was just terrible. Like, it was tragic. So, like, my pay scale, me coming from childcare, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, for instance, like, every 2 weeks, I make like 1,000 something on my check. And then this was with me working overtime, you know what I mean? Like, childcare business, you don't make that much money unless you are, I feel like if you go into like, anyway, you don't make that much money. So it'll be like 1,000 something every 2 weeks. Now that was with overtime. And then when I went to the school that I'm talking about now, my pay went down to $600 every 2 weeks. And I said, what the hell? How am I supposed to survive over this? And, at the time, my husband was having a hard time finding work. So it was a little struggle there. But anyway, let's fast forward. Let's move forward. Let's get this party started. So I get there, I meet the teacher. She was so welcoming. She was so sweet. And, she was just trying to tell me the daily routine of what the classroom go through. And, all the names I had to learn because we had a total of 10 kids. And it was a self-contained classroom. So pretty much they don't go that many places. Like, they don't go to PE and stuff like that. So anyway, we did eventually try to transition them, take them through the transition of going to class. But, working in special education, they may have certain stuff may trigger their emotions, or they may have a episode or something, something may trigger their emotions and it can get out of hand. So we had like, behavior analysts, that come in and, we have training and stuff. Anyway, let's get to the good part. Let's get to the juicy part. So I just want to say, me as an Aries, I am very compassionate in what I do. Like, I'm very passionate. I can be compassionate, towards, people. But here's the thing. If we working together as a team, I suspect you to help me, help you, help me, help you. Because I'm here to help you, sis. I ain't got to be here and struggle with you. I ain't making the salary you making, okay? So it come to a point sometimes where I would have to take the lead in the classroom. Because once I learned the routine, I would know how to take the lead in the classroom, because she'd get so overwhelmed with when there's like meetings coming up, because those meetings are like very extensive. Like you're meeting the parents, the advocate, and you got to make sure you know what you're talking about, because at any point they could try to sue. Anyway, so she'd get overwhelmed, and she'd be in the corner child somewhere at her desk overwhelmed, and I'm over here trying to teach 10 kids by myself, struggling. I got one of the kids I need to feed, you know what I'm saying? She's on a schedule. I got to feed her, change her, because she wasn't helping me. Like, she literally walked past, and I know the little girl done shit on herself, but she ain't help me. She act like she didn't walk past and act like she ain't smell it. Like, girl, you smell it? I'm helping you, help me, help you. So the person that I am, I'm going to change the girl. I'm going to change her. Okay, she needs to be changed, because I don't want to put her on the bus and she's sitting there got poop on her. Like, come on now. So I would make sure I try to keep her fed, changed, because I forgot what her disability was called, but she couldn't, she wasn't able to do anything for herself. So we had to change her. She had a diaper. We had to change her, and she had a occupational therapist that would come in, and I would talk to her occupational therapist and see what things can help me and how I would transfer her from the wheelchair to a regular chair, or just certain stuff to help me, because child, my back will be in pain sitting here trying to, now mind you, she's a big kid, so you know what I'm saying, it'd be hard to transfer her sometimes, like not meaning as in like chubby, but you know what I'm saying, she's tall, she's kind of like, she was kind of firm, so it was kind of hard to move her. And little old me, I'm only 5'2.5". I had to add the half to make me feel taller, but yeah, I'm like 5'2.5". So I had to learn how to do different stuff to help me transfer her around and stuff, like especially, and then to top it off, I would have to transfer the kids, like take the kids to transfer. Well, we would have to transition to the lunchroom. And mind you, she would have lunch back in her classroom, and I would have to eat with the kids. Mind you, I didn't mind it so much, but it was like, okay, listen. And she would do her best to try to help me, but sometimes I was like, damn, I gotta eat with the kids. I gotta get all these 10 kids. We had a what you call it, like a rope. So each one, I can't remember the proper name for it, but where they would grab the color, because every one of my kids had like a routine, like, that kind of keeps them from having a tantrum, or, So if one kid, for instance, like the black or the purple, that was the rope part. Like each kid had a color. So if one kid had like the black rope part and the other kid had the red part, that's what they want, because that's what they're used to. So if somebody one of the kids grabbed the red part, and it'd be a whole tantrum. So I'll just be like, oh Lord. And then I feel like the other teachers, they don't understand, that's not in special education. They look at you crazy, like, you don't know how to control your kids. Like, I could never. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was no help there with other teachers. Like, they see you struggling, or they see you trying to pick up a kid that's having a meltdown with, special education. Like in special education, it's meltdowns all the time. It's not just that one time. It's all the time. So it was just like, it was a lie. Like, it was a lie. And so I was like, oh my God, I need to get up out of here, because don't get me wrong, I love the kids. Trey love the kids, but baby, this is too much for me. So, so anyway, I got one of the other kids just, he had a whole breakdown. Like, he was literally like turning off the lights, trying to turn over the table, trying to jump on. Like, it was just, I was like, oh my God, help me, please, Lord, help me. Lord, so man, please, can you help me, please? Because I'm struggling. And so you had to figure out the right things to say to get him to sit down. And it was a lot. And then I had my other kid, we took him to the park. We took him to the park, Hanny. We took him to the park. And, well, recess, Right, so when we got out for recess and stuff, one of my kids, at this point, I forgot to tell y'all that 2 of my kids transitioned to general education. That means they go back to, regular classes. And so the rest of the kids I had left, took them outside for recess. And one of my kids, let's just call him Blake. So Blake goes, he goes and play, he's doing his own thing, so, we're trying to make sure we keep an eye on everybody. Because at this point, they just got the playground to themselves. The other kids for recess didn't come out yet. It wasn't their time yet. So they doing their own thing, So I see Blake over there further out. And I'm like, okay, so this boy literally pulled his pee-pee out and pisses all on the ground. I said, Blake, hold on, wait, hold on, get, oh my God, no, you don't pee on the grass. If you need to use the bathroom, you're supposed to tell me you need to use the bathroom. So I'm over there running like, no, don't do that. And he knew what he was doing. He knew he wasn't supposed to do that. So I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. And then I got two kids fighting. And then, it was a mess. So it was like, you know what? We have to go back inside because then the other kids started coming out for recess. So we took the kids back in, transitioned them back to the classroom, which was a hot mess. So I'm over there like, okay, come on, we need to find you some clothes. You gotta change your clothes. Let's go. And let me tell you, he shitted on himself. I said, Blake, you know you're supposed to use that toilet. You 7 years old. You know when you got to go. You should have told me. So, I had to, I had to help. I said, you know what? I got to get up out of here. I got to get up out of here. So, anyway, I just, like I said, I give it to my paraprofessionals. Y'all hear me? Y'all blessed. Y'all is blessed, okay? Because I had to talk to the principal. Like, of course I did. I think I did what? Dang, what did I do, a month? Did I do a month? I think I did a month and a half. Because I left. Because I had got a job I got a substitute position in Atlanta because I started filling the applications immediately. I said, I can't do this. And not with this, I didn't have the support. But later on, I met, another teacher because they had to get another teacher in the classroom because, like I said, it can be very overwhelming if you don't have the support. So it was another teacher that they put in there. She was going to be a paraprofessional as well. So that way the teacher can have, more support. But I needed the support, not her, me. So so my girl came up in there and I just knew right off the rip. I just knew we was going to be friends because she gave up this perfect energy. And I was like, oh my God, like that's going to be my friend. So eventually, you know how when you, when you meet, like when you have best friends and you see your friend entering the door and you just like, hey. See, in my mind, I already knew we was going to be friends. So, we bonded and stuff. And, I had to show her, the routine and stuff and how we do things. And, she caught on right away because she did this before. Like, she knew what to do. So, she knew everything. She knew how to do stuff. And I was just showing her what we do in our classroom and how we do things there. But she caught on. She was awesome. And needless to say, we became friends. Like, we would hang out and stuff. I was like, girl, what's that? Hey, what's that, girl? You going somewhere? And we had we had brunch together. It was just like, we just had so much fun. Yeah, so shout outs to her. Hey, girl, hey. But, yeah, so it did become fun, with her because, we would support each other because clearly the teacher she was doing her own thing, honey. And I don't know if she felt some type of because we became friends. Like, we was just like, girl, what's up? But anyway. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh my God, I can't remember what I said. But anyway, I ended up having to tell her that, hey, I'm leaving. I'm getting ready to leave. And yeah, so I had got this position as a substitute teacher in Atlanta, Georgia. So I said, honey, we got to move back to Atlanta. So, me, my husband, my son, we then moved right on back to Atlanta because, Atlanta's home. So yeah, I think that's it for my story time. So, that's that. So, like I said, moved back to Atlanta. It was good. It was great. I worked as a substitute teacher. So, if you want to hear stories about me being a substitute teacher, the different moments I encountered as a substitute, I subbed with. The only grade I didn't do was high school because I don't know if I can mess with high schoolers. You know what I'm saying? You might need to, fight them or something because, they. But anyway, I worked with middle school and down. So middle school and below middle school. So if you want to hear stories about that, comment down below. Let me know. Yeah, so thank y'all for tuning in. If you stayed till now, then you a real one. So, you know what I'm saying? I will talk.
Baby, does he do it for you? When he's finished, does he step back and adore you? I just gotta know, 'cause your time is money and I won't let him waste it. Oh no, no, baby, just subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. It's your girl, Valentines. Subscribe.
Step on up to this. Step on up to this crazy love. Hey, I'm waiting. Standing here with my ladies. No shame in chasing. If we got what you like, don't stop, keep moving. 'Cause I love what you're doing. Let's rock to this music. Hella time.
baby, does he do it for you? When he's finished, does he step back and adore you? I just gotta know, 'cause your time is money and I won't let him waste it. Oh no, no, baby, just subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. It's your girl,
So I actually thought this nail set came out cute. When I tried to draw, when I get to the nail art, as you will see, I didn't show everything because honestly, it got to a point where I was getting frustrated. Yeah, so I just kind of did like the outline. I think I drew like the outline and colored in the face and stuff. And I tried my best because, like I said, I'm practicing nail art, so I'm just, the more you practice, the better you'll get. So, some people didn't like it, some people did. So I was like, whatever. Because her lips, when you continue to watch the video, if you still watching, her lips are kind of too big. But like I said, you got to draw more to, get it perfect. But at the same time, it's not going to be perfect. Everybody make mistakes. But you just got to practice, and you get better. But yeah, so I'm just going to be quiet and let y'all listen to some music, okay? But if you want me to do more story time, just comment down below. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if you like the set or not. What I could have improved on. Like, I already know, like, her lips could have been better, certain stuff. But anyways, comment down below. Let me know what you think. And let me know if you want to see me do, like, some other sets, like characters or something. Just comment down below. Let me know. All right. Well, talk to you soon, guys. Bye.